Hello. Today, I'm gonna talk about the religion and ethics. What is the role of religion in moral life? Today, we're going to explore a timeless and deeply important question in philosophy and moral life. What is the relationship between religion and ethics? Do we need religion in order to be moral? Does the morality come from God, or can ethics stand on its own through reason and human experience? These questions have been debated for centuries, and today we'll unpack them in a clear and meaningful way. Before we connect ethics with religion, let's first define ethics. Now, what is ethics? Ethics is a branch of philosophy that studies right and wrong, good and evil, human actions, moral duties, and the values that guide our choices. In simple terms, ethics asks how should we live? What is the right thing to do? Now, what is religion? Religion refers to a system of beliefs, practices, and values centered on the sacred, the divine, God or gods, spiritual truths, and the meaning of human existence. The religion often provides moral teachings, commandments, rituals, a sense of purpose, and a framework for understanding life, suffering, and justice. How are religion and ethics connected? Religion and ethics are closely connected because many religions offer moral guidance. For example, religions teach values such as honesty, compassion, justice, forgiveness, self control, love for others, and respect for life. These values shape the moral behavior of individuals and communities. For many believers, morality is not just a social role, it is a sacred obligation. In this sense, religion can serve as a source of moral authority, a guide for conscience, and motivation to do what is right. Next is the positive role of religion in ethics. Religion can contribute to ethical life in several important ways. First is religion provides moral standards. The religion traditions often give a clear teachings about right and wrong. Examples include the Ten Commandments in Christianity and Judaism, the moral teachings of Islam in Quran and Hadith, the ethical path of Buddhism through compassion and non-harm, Hindu teachings on Dharma, duty, and righteous living. These teachings help people build a moral foundation. Second, religion shapes conscience. Religion often forms a person's conscience by teaching responsibility, accountability, repentance, humility, and the value of moral self-examination. It encourages people not just to follow rules, but to examine the heart. The third one is religion motivates moral action. Religion can inspire people to do good when it is difficult because moral action is often connected to love of God, obedience to divine law, hope for salvation, compassion for others, or the belief that every person has sacred worth. This can give a deeper emotional and spiritual force. The fourth one is religion builds moral communities. Religion is not only personal, it is communal. Religious communities teach ethics through worship, service, shared values, tradition, and social responsibility. So this helps moral values become part of everyday life, not just abstract ideas. Next is, can ethics exist without religion? Now, here's the big philosophical question. Can a person be moral without being religious? The answer from many philosophers is yes. Ethics can also come from the reason, human dignity, empathy, social responsibility, natural law, and philosophical reflection. For example, Aristotle grounded ethics in virtue and character. Immanuel Kant grounded morality in duty and reason. John Stuart Mill grounded ethics in consequences and human well-being. These systems do not necessarily depend on religion. So while religion can be a powerful source of morality, it is not the only source. Next is the Euthyphro problem, a classic question. One of the most challenges in this topic comes from the Plato in what is called the Euthyphro dilemma. The question is something good because God commands it? Or does God commands it because it is good? So this creates a philosophical problem. If something is good only because God commands it, morality may seem arbitrary. But if God commands something because it's already good, then goodness seems to exist independently of God. This debate continues to shape discussion on religion and ethics today. Next is dangers of separating ethics from reflection. While the religion can guide morality, there is also a danger when moral decisions are followed blindly without reflection. If the religion is used without reason, compassion, justice, or understanding of context, it can lead to intolerance, legalism, moral rigidity, or even harm done in the name of righteousness. That is why many ethicists say religion must work together with reason and conscience. Faith should defend morality, not replace moral thinking. Next is religion and ethics in the modern world. In today's world, religion will still plays a major role in the debates about the abortion, euthanasia, marriage and family, social justice, poverty, war and peace, environmental responsibility, and human dignity. Even in a secular Even in secular societies, religious ethics continues to influence laws, values, and public debates. At the same time, modern pluralistic societies require us to engage ethically with the people's different beliefs. So that means morality today must include dialogue, tolerance, critical thinking, and mutual respect. The final reflection. Religion can provide moral teaching, shape conscience, inspire virtue, strengthen communities, and give deeper meaning to moral life. But ethics also requires reason, freedom, compassion, and responsible judgment. In the end, the best moral life may be one where faith and reason work together, where religion gives meaning and the ethics ensures fairness, humanity, and wisdom. Next, lastly, is conclusion. Religion and ethics are deeply connected, but they are not identical. Religion can be a powerful foundation for morality, but ethical living also requires critical reflection, conscience, and respect for human dignity. The challenge is not simply to ask, what does my religion teach? but also how can I live in a way that is truly good, just, and compassionate. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all about, and thank you.